always green like this.
Yeah. Normally it's dry though.
It can get really dry sometimes.
First things first, I got to meet Uncle Randy, the ranch foreman. Randy took good care of me while I was there.
Right where she's supposed to be.
The next morning, I was set up in a nature blind. It was real comfortable inside that thing and had to wait for daylight to come. At first camera light, all I could see was deer, both axis and whitetail. Lots of them there, but the camera wasn't focusing too well because of the lack of light. And I was really jittery trying to find a buck in there. But looked like mostly does. There might have been one spike buck. I think I have a picture of him right at the end of this. And here's the photo. I think what I thought might have been at least a spike buck from of the axis. Most of the axis were all gone by the time this big 8-point whitetail showed up. This 8-point was really curious of what was going on in that in my blind. He kept looking over here, but I don't think he made me because he stayed around quite a while. And nice looking 8-point buck, although might be a little young, I don't know. Anyway, couldn't shoot him. A few minutes later, the yard was all empty, so I had to call it a morning. That afternoon at another stand, another axis doe came. Thought of shooting her, but she walked away when this big dude showed up. So I don't know. These big whitetail 8-pointers, really tall. Look at that. Sweet. Wish I'd have been there during whitetail season. The next day in the morning, I was pretty much determined that I was going to shoot a doe first and not wait around for a buck. Shoot my doe first and then get the buck later. And so I was looking at through my SkopedVision, looking at the different bucks or different does around, and trying to decide which one to shoot. So I pretty much eventually settled on one, but it took a little while looking them over. Once I decided on one, something happened to my iPhone that was set up in the SkopedVision and messed up and didn't get a good video of the shot. But the results were here, and my guide, Jack, found her just a little ways into the bushes. My new Savage lightweight hunter in 6.5 Creedmoor did its job. Little did I know that this was going to be my trophy, and but it's a nice trophy. Really nice coat, and beautiful little deer. Those axis deer with those white spots. And after the suggestion from our guide Jack, gonna get me a rug made out of that, a little throw rug for my room. Here's Jack skinning the hide for me to so we can get it over to a taxidermist to prepare it into a rug for me. It's a beautiful little deer, and I'm really happy. Happy that I was able to get this doe. It was quite an experience, something I'd never experienced before. Randy was real nice to carve out some pieces of the back strap, which is really my trophy. The trophy meat is what I was wanting to try someday, because everybody says it's so good. It's the best deer meat, the axis deer meat.
There you go.
Good to go.
The next day, the weatherman messed up, and first time we'd had any really heavy rains. And they've been having a lot of rain, unusual rain amounts. And you can see up in the stand, there's a lot of standing water. A couple of whitetail does out there, or one of them is a spike, I think. And but no axis deer showed up, and either sitting on the final day of my hunt. This is the afternoon sitting. Had a lot of whitetail does and some spike bucks show up, but it rained off and on, so it just wasn't a good hunting day. The SOE Lodge was first class, absolutely first class. Was not disappointed, that's for sure. That's my bedroom there. And of course the food, we had Chef Chano, who fixed some great foods. He used to own a restaurant, and this is just an example of a breakfast morning. So all in all, I really enjoyed this trip. SOE Hunts did a fantastic job taking care of me and putting me on some deer. And the weather was bad, though, unfortunately. I think that messed up a lot of the hunt, but still, I really enjoyed it. And I will be back.